I started my business 20 years ago, and I've had a lot of interesting things that happen, one of which is from a female standpoint, I was looking to get funding with banks. And as a CPA, I came from Deloitte and worked at Cooper's. I thought that I was very well versed in speaking financials with my banker. At the time, my brother, who was also the co-founder, would come with me to get funding. This is really early on. And it was amazing to me that despite the fact that I had the expertise, I was the person that really understood the finances, that they would stare at him and they would talk to him. They would never make eye contact with me. And I just thought that that was very perplexing. This happened not once, not twice, several times. And my brother's an attorney, I'm the CPA, and I had that experience, and it really does take time to really gain the confidence of individuals. Of course, once they get a chance and you're able to express your knowledge and talk about the finances, then things kind of change. Ironically, we do a lot of business in the financial institute, in the financial sector. So I've had issues like that. I've had issues where I've breaking into new accounts, and it was, in IT, it tends to be very much male dominated. Mm-hmm. And breaking into new accounts, I would get comments such as, Ronia, how did you get in here? Don't you know this is a boys club? And I would just chuckle. I'm X generation, and you try to fit in. You wear the suit. You come from, public accounting, and Gen Xers tend to want to fit in. And so I had that kind of experience. From a cultural standpoint, I'm Jordanian, and we're a federal contractor, and I had situations where they would say, you're not allowed to come in this building. I'm like, I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born here based on my first name. So you encounter situations like that. And from our standpoint, for what we do, we realize that companies, states are only as good as the individuals are able to attract, retain, and grow. And right now, as I mentioned before, we have to be very open-minded in terms of how we view people to be more inclusive, because when you look at the numbers in terms of the companies that experience economic growth and perform better, clearly there is an element of being very inclusive and being open to diversity. And the one thing that I would have to say from a learning standpoint, from my standpoint, is to really understand and have a greater sense of your perceptions of people, to stop and think and be aware of how you perceive things. Just as much as you expect other people to be open-minded about you need to do the same. Because we all have different experiences and perceive things differently.